right, everybody, welcome back to the Rock and Roll Rebel Show, baby. And I'm your man, Thunder Dan, baby. And we out here give you that real news and not that fake news. No, we not. No, we not. And we got all types of stuff that's popping off over the weekend since we last seen each other. I do appreciate you all for tuning in to the show. It means a lot. And we just going to do what we do out here. I mean, you got the protesters still going on. I don't know why they're allowing them to go on, but I understand that we allow people to protest, and I'm all for that as long as it's peaceful. But this seems more like, doesn't seem natural. It's just like it's invaded every campus across the country, it looks like. I mean, they just had it in Blacksburg, Virginia, Virginia Tech. They got it at everywhere. Columbia, they're supposed to clear out of Columbia today at 2 o'clock. We had the White House Correspondents' Dinner with Colin Jost, who's married to Scarlett Johansson. Most of y'all might not know, but he does Weekend Update on Saturday Night Live. Not that funny, but the people love him, I guess. The people love him. The Simpies love him. The Simpies love him. Joe Biden is struggling in the polls. He's begging the media to help him out and quit talking about all his dumb stuff. That's what he was asking for at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And I guess we'll just get into that. I mean, there's just so much more in Charlottesville, Virginia right now. I mean, a couple hours ago, 3 U.S. Marshals were killed. The news doesn't stop. The news doesn't stop. They only put out what they want you to hear, so that's why we're here. We're going to make sure we give you that real news and not that fake news, because we know that the people demand the real news. So make sure you like and sub up, because we're always breaking the news. We're going to break the news. Just like Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden is suing Fox News for, I guess, showing pictures of him with illegal women of the night. But I don't know how that's going to work, because it was all on his laptop that he left behind that wasn't his information anymore. I don't know. It's like the laws don't apply anymore. You know what I'm saying? The laws do not apply to anybody no more. They'll just let anybody out here just do what they want, I guess. As long as you're a Democrat, you can do what you want. It's a shame. It's a shame. And, I mean, it's all over the place. Everything is all over the place. Nothing is going to be legit in this 2024 election. I think the college protest is just a warm-up for the migrants, the illegal aliens that have entered our country. I don't know what they're going to try to do. Will it be a Black Swan event? I just don't know. But the red flags are going up. And you got to make sure you protect yourselves at all times. This lady was being overrun and shot somebody, I believe, in Texas or somewhere. And they're trying to lock her up for killing the intruder. So you got to be safe. You got to get out here and vote. Make sure you're registered to vote. Call your friends. Call your family. They all got to get out and vote. Nancy Pelosi was out here on MSNBC just spreading lies. They all want to spread these lies about Trump, about how the economy is doing so much. Like, they're like trying to say that Joe Biden has added the most jobs ever. Like, we forgot that in COVID, they shut everything down. They shut everything down. And then on top of that, in California, the minimum wage took effect. Their minimum wage was $16 for restaurant workers. But not all restaurant workers. Not for like the Applebee's and the Chili's, but for fast food, for the Taco Bells, the Burger Kings, stuff like that. Panera Bread, they all get out of it because if you make bread, you don't have to pay the $20. And all the prices have risen there, and the backlash is happening. People aren't going. Everything's being automated now. You go into McDonald's and stuff like that, it's kiosks. So, and the drones, I guess, are going to start dropping stuff off. So the economy is going to take a big hit. Most people now are adding part-time jobs. It's tough out here. It's struggling. Everybody's struggling. I'm struggling. You're struggling. And it's just different. Now you got to watch your pockets. You got to watch your pockets these days, it seems like, because who knows what's coming up next. Gas is creeping. The groceries are still up. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you the real news and not that fake news. We're going to get back into this story. And I guess let's start with the whole White House Correspondents' Dinner. It was Saturday. I watched it on, it was on YouTube. And basically it breaks down as they all come in. The one lady introduces everybody. Joe Biden comes out. Kamala was there. But it's weird because Kamala is dating Doug, and Doug's like over here on the other side. Kamala's over here. Joe Biden's here, but Jill Biden's 2 seats down. It's all awkward. And I guess they came out. She did a couple speeches, and then they ate. And it's funny trying to watch Joe Biden eat. He cannot eat. He cannot eat. He was trying to pull apart some bread and could barely pull the bread apart. And then they had Kareem Jean-Pierre. She was talking to somebody and she's trying to eat salad. She looks like she's twirling spaghetti when she eats salad. These people are animals. They are animals. I don't believe they deserve any of our votes no more. And Joe Biden came out too. He was on Howard Stern, I guess we all know. And Howard Stern gave him the biggest softball interview of all time. I remember when Howard Stern was somebody. In the early 90s, late 90s, Howard Stern was the king of the radio. The king. He was brass. He was raunchy. He was anti-establishment. He wanted to run for governor of New York. He was for the death penalty. The Howard we all used to love is gone. He's gone now. Now he's like some yuppie, yes man. It's not the same Howard. It's a shame to see that he would just turncoat like that. Howard could have been something. Now he's just, he's just a soy boy, it looks like. Just a soy boy, but he was a legend in his time. But that's me just out here rambling on. I just can't be rambling all night, all day, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to see, you all want to have some information. So let's give y'all some information. I guess let's play some highlights from the White House Correspondents' Dinner, which I thought was meh. It was meh. It was boring. Like, literally, there's like an hour goes by where they're just eating. Nothing's happening. I guess that's why they never really showed it on TV. This was the first time I've seen it like live on TV. And then Biden came out, gave some remarks for like 3 minutes. And then Colin Jost came out and gave some jokes for 3 minutes. And that was basically it. It was a dud. Trump never attended any of them because the media hated Trump and they spread false news about Russia hoax and PP tapes and all that. So we're all about supporting the real news and not that fake news. And let's just get into some highlights. Let's play, I guess, Joe Biden. Here's Joe Biden. He had to have been gassed up, but I guess they had to give the dose maybe a little bit lighter because he sat around for about an hour before he went up on the podium. So, but here's Joe Biden right here on the podium. Let's play this so we can all hear what he sounds like. And it sounds like he's kind of lame. He's lame.
Of course, the 2024 election is in full swing. And yes, age is an issue. I'm a grown man running against a 6-year-old. Well, I feel great. I really feel great. I'm campaigning all over the country. Pennsylvania, Georgia, North Carolina. I've always done well in the original 13 colonies. And speaking of history, did you hear what Donald just said about the major Civil War battle? Quote, Gettysburg, wow. Trump's speech was so embarrassing, the statue of Robert E. Lee surrendered again.
It's like old people jokes.
Look, age is the only thing we have in common. My vice president actually endorses me.
Does she, though?
I had a great stretch since the State of the Union. But Donald has had a few tough days lately. You might call it stormy weather.
A Stormy Daniels joke?
What the hell? Trump's so desperate he started reading those Bibles he's selling. Then he got to the first commandment. You shall have no other gods before me. That's when he put it down and said, this book's not for me. Of course.
I don't know about all that. It was corny, lame. I didn't laugh. Anybody else laugh? Who laughed? Anybody else laugh about that? But I was wondering, it's interesting because Joe Biden here is not usually he gets angry when they drug him up. It looks like he was just normal, I guess, but it's not the regular Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? Because like he's looking around doing crowd work. He's reading off the prompter because he can't remember anything. So I thought it was curious. Like this Joe Biden was a little bit better than the normal Joe Biden we see that just shuffles along the walkway, if he's trying to go to Marine One or something like that. And now Joe Biden has somebody walk with him. You know what I'm saying? Trying to distract from his crazy walk he does. But what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? This is the show, baby. This is the show where the real news is. But check yourselves at all times. And let's get into Colin Jost. Colin Jost, I guess, is okay. He's sort of funny. I mean, it's not super funny, but I don't think he does any stand-up or anything like that. But he's been a head writer on SNL for a long time. He's been there for a long time. And I thought he had some good jokes. I guess we can play his one jokes. I guess he had it. He was talking about Hunter and some other stuff. But let's just play it so everybody can see what we're talking about. But here's Colin Jost. This is his. I mean, he went on basically just kissing the president's ass, basically for the most time. But then he would come with a zinger or two. And this is basically one of the best zingers of the night that he delivered.
It's also wonderful to be back in Washington. I love being in Washington. The last time I was in D.C., I left my cocaine at the White House. Luckily, the president was able to put it to good use for his State of the Union. I'm kidding, of course. The president doesn't call it cocaine. He calls it high-speed rail. By the way, can you blame the guy for turning to cocaine? He must be exhausted, orchestrating 4 separate trials against his rival, rigging the Super Bowl, and gearing up to steal a second election. Wow. Biden laughed.
I don't even think Joe Biden knew what he was laughing about, but I thought that was very funny. I thought that was very funny and humorous all at the same time, they would say out here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, but that's basically the highlights from that, so it's kind of lame. Maybe Trump will go if he gets reelected in November, but they're going to do everything they can to not elect Donald Trump. They're going to do everything they can to not elect this man. You saw with the Social Security was doing some weird stuff, they're registering hundreds of thousands of voters. And I guess illegal immigrants can come across, they get a Social Security card, and that's all you need to vote. So it's going to be very curious how this election goes. Very curious. I don't know. Joe Biden got 81 million votes last time. I don't believe he got the 81 million. Most of y'all watching this don't believe he got the 81 million. So what are they going to do this year? What are they going to do this year on November 5th? What are they going to do? The last one took a long time. You remember the election was on Tuesday. I believe they didn't call it till that Saturday. It's never been that long before. So, and Trump technically only really lost by 20,000 votes if you spread it across certain states and like that. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. We got to make sure you get out and vote, people. Get out and vote. That's the only way we're going to get this done. And then, of course, Trump's up in the polls. He's up in every polls. They don't know what they're doing. They're scared right now. They're so scared of what's going to happen. Here they are right here. And they're wondering why Trump is getting so many votes. They're worried about it. He's in court. He's got 91 indictments. He's did this. You know what I'm saying? And they want to say he killed millions of people with COVID, which if you look at the fact that under Joe Biden, more people lost their lives under COVID than Donald Trump. So the whole system wants to lie to you. Everything's a lie. That's all I can say. Most of it's a lie. History is written by the ones that is agreed upon. You know what I'm saying? History is written by the winners that is agreed upon. I keep screwing. That's the second time I tried to drop that dumbass quote, and I ruined it again. But let's get back into this video right here, because this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Just watching the Mockingbird media just be so scared, not knowing what to do with Donald Trump. They don't understand that the Donald Trump understands the everyday citizen. You see him when he goes into the bodegas. You see him when he goes into Chick-fil-A. You see him when he goes to the construction sites. Trump is the people's president. He resonates with us. You know what I'm saying? Everyday people. And he's trying to tell us that the system's corrupt and he wants to fix it. This go around is going to be very interesting because Donald Trump knows a lot more this time around than he did last time. But here's the Mockingbird media just basically going to lie to us. They want to lie right to us and tell us that stuff is fake. So let's see. Pay attention. Pay attention. Let's count how many lies are going to be in this. Let's count them out.
New CNN poll showing Trump with this lead over Biden. I mean, a lot of Democrats looked at this and spit out their coffee on Sunday morning. The CBS Battleground poll over the week did show a tight race in multiple swing states. So the numbers are all over the place. Right. It's April, and people say, it's April, it's early. But May, it's almost May. Yeah. May is not that early.
There's still 6 months left. I did not spit out my coffee. I had a very nice, calming cup of coffee yesterday, even after seeing this poll. Because, look, the trend with all of the other national polls is that the race is tightening. A lot of the other national polls, including the one that you mentioned, CBS, has Joe Biden either tied or ahead 2 or 3 points. The CBS poll had Joe Biden ahead in Michigan, tied in all of the other battleground states. What the Biden campaign is doing is the smart thing to do, which is they are rolling up their sleeves, they're doing the work. They are having Joe Biden go to all the battleground states. He is whipping up a storm in terms of the travel that he is doing, going around telling all of the Americans about the accomplishments, what he has done, what he's going to do, while Donald Trump is stuck in a court.
But the other thing that's in that poll, we're out of time. But the other thing that's in that poll is it shows that a lot of Americans view Donald Trump's presidency as a success
and Biden's as a failure,
which is extraordinary given the fact that 1 million people died from COVID.
Yeah.
I mean,
but look, if the poll, based on this poll, if the election were held today, Donald Trump would go from the courthouse to the White House, no questions asked.
But guess what, Alice? It's not today.
But you look at this.
What's remarkable, his presidency ended with an insurrection at the Capitol. Yeah. Maria, how is it that Democrats have not been able to get that message across to voters, and that they can't break through this short-term memory?
Well, again, I will look at the other polls that actually show Democrats have been able to break through. And let's remember, Jim, in 2022, everyone thought that a huge red wave was going to happen. Everyone was showing these exact same kinds of polls where the economy was the #1 issue, when in fact a lot of Americans put democracy and rights and freedoms up front in addition to the economy.
I think the other...
Get them off my video screen. They panicked. That sounds like full-blown panic to me. Full-blown panic. They're like, how come these people don't understand? This is what it is. These people think that we're stupid. They think we're stupid and we're not paying attention. Trust me, if you ask 9 out of 10 people, if you ask who Kamala Harris is, they do not know. You ask people about January 6th, they'll tell you it was a setup. But this is what the media wants to push. They want to push lies and propaganda. But we're not going to do that here. We're going to give you the real news. Real, balanced news. The no spin zone, as they used to call it back in the day. Huh? Is Bill O'Reilly going to make me pay for that? That son of a bee. But they just out here. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They're panicked. Washington, D.C. is in panic. Hunter Biden, like I said earlier, is suing Fox News. Let's play this. Can you believe this? He's going to sue Fox News? Is that what you telling me? How's Hunter Biden going to sue Fox News? That's what I need to know. Let's play this right here. How's he going to sue Fox News?
has learned that Hunter Biden is planning to sue Fox News. According to a letter from his lawyers, the lawsuit is imminent. NBC's Ryan Nobles joins me now. Ryan, what more can you tell us?
Yeah, that's right, Chris. This is a letter obtained by NBC's Sarah Fitzpatrick that comes from the new attorney that Hunter Biden has entered into a contract with, and that's famed entertainment lawyer Mark Garagos. And in this letter, he sends a warning to the Fox News Corporation and Fox News Digital that they are preparing to sue the company for what they describe as conspiracy and subsequent actions to defame Mr. Biden and paint him in a false light, as well as the unlicensed commercial exploitation of his image, name, and likeness, and the unlawful publication of hacked intimate images of him. And this, of course, stems from the fact that, of course, Hunter Biden has been in the news quite a bit over the past couple of years because of his legal issues, and then, of course, the broad impeachment inquiry that's taking place by the House of Representatives. And essentially what Garagos is arguing in this letter, it's actually a member of his legal team is arguing in this letter, is that Fox is unfairly and libelously attacking Hunter Biden when there are no merits to many of the claims that they've been making about him. Now, this, of course, comes at the same time that Hunter Biden is facing legal issues of his own. He is on the verge of facing two different criminal trials, one in Delaware on a gun charge, another separate criminal trial in California that's related to tax issues. Both of those trials came as a result of a plea deal with the federal government that fell apart. So this is Hunter Biden going on the offensive. Of course.
Yeah, that's garbage. You know what's going to be the real interesting? The discovery, right? The discovery from that. I think it's just, it's just to put stuff out there. It's just basically to put stuff out there and to try to trick people, I guess, like Hunter Biden's not doing illegal activity. Like he wasn't on the Burisma board for no apparent reason. He wasn't getting diamonds from Russia. He wasn't getting cash money from China. So it goes to show you all the corruption, but they just want to put it out there like, see, he's suing Fox News. Just because you sue somebody doesn't mean it's real. But that's what they want to put out there. That's what they want us to think. That's how they want to trick everybody. But you got to take it for a grain of sand, I guess. Take it for a grain of sand. It's all fake. It's all fake. And that's what they're going to leave you with. Like, let's play this Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi's out here thinking that we don't remember stuff either. She wants to call you like a Trump sympathizer if you don't agree with her. None of this makes no sense. I'll tell you, though, what is hype. The new Travis Scotts are dropping tomorrow at 10 a.m. You got to get notified on the sneaker app, baby. Got to get notified on the sneaker app. These are the new Cactus Jacks, baby. I'm out there. I'm going to try to get them. But there they are. If you're a sneakerhead, you know what to do. But let's get this back into this Nancy Pelosi. This Nancy Pelosi's out here she's out of control. She is 100% out of control. Nancy Pelosi is part of the deep state. How long has Nancy Pelosi been in? Forever, right? Forever. She's got the best stock tips. If you follow her stocks, you're going to win money. Lots of money. She's going to give you 20, 30% return. Just follow what she does. Same with all these politicians. You got to follow them. Just like when they banned TikTok. A lot of these politicians put money into Facebook. Bada bing, bada boom, because they knew TikTok was going to take a hit. They know Facebook's going to get more money. So I don't know what's going to happen with the whole TikTok ban. They got 9 months. And then I believe somewhere in the bill, they can add another couple months if they see progress, but they shouldn't ban anything. It's First Amendment rights. It's not like Facebook and everybody else is spying on us, and they're giving away all this information. And then, of course, the United States government's trying to do some backdoor secret deals with Ukraine. As you know, we gave all this money to Ukraine and Israel, but they're trying to make it continue for 2 years. So when the next president comes in, they cannot cut off the aid. So I don't know what that's all about, but they're trying to just keep the endless wars going. We don't want any wars in the United States of America. We want peace. And quite frankly, I'm tired of all the Palestinian and Israel flags and all that. I think we just fly the USA flag. And I guess we're going to let these college kids burn themselves out College is almost over. They're going to be leaving in a couple months. Graduation's coming up in 2 weeks. They're going to be gone. Then the summer's going to come. We're going to have to settle down a little bit with the summer. And then they're going to hit us with the migrants. They're going to hit us with the migrants everywhere. So make sure you protect yourselves at all times. Or else you're going to be like Nancy Pelosi out here winning all the stocks, baby. Let's listen to Nancy Pelosi out here. And I don't know how she still looks this good. Nancy Pelosi's in her 80s. I don't understand how she looks this good. But let's pull her up. Let's pull her up. Because it's just wild. Just 100% wild how she still looks this way. Here's Nancy Pelosi. Don't be no Trump sympathizer. You know what I'm saying? Don't you be no Trump sympathizer out here. You're going to upset Nancy.
Interpretation is if he thought he heard it or didn't hear it. What it's important is what Donald Trump has said. Donald Trump is a great threat to our democracy. What is a democracy? What are the pillars? What are the pillars? A free and independent press to tell the story of what's going on, to keep everybody informed of what people are saying and doing. That transparency is essential. An independent judiciary when they're practically threatening on TV exposure of jurors in a trial of the president or any trial, and any of that. What is an independent judiciary? It's about free and fair elections, and what do they do but suppress the vote? So there's nothing in his performance, if that's the word we'll use, what he has done, that would indicate that he cares, prioritizes, or ever valued or did anything to support a democracy. And now on the ballot saying he should have immunity from whatever he might do.
Yeah, he should.
I mean, really, I have sympathy and respect for everybody who votes. I'm glad people vote. I know some of them will always reject those of us who may look different to them in leadership or the rest, and that's that. But there are those who have real legitimate concerns about immigration, globalization, innovation, and what does that mean for their job and their family's future? And we have to address those concerns. And Joe Biden is doing that, created 9 million jobs in his term in office. Donald Trump has the worst record of job loss of any president. So we just have to make sure people know.
That was a global pandemic.
He had the worst record of any president. We've had other concerns in our country. If you want to be an apologist for Donald Trump, that's
Nancy's
your role,
fired up.
But it ain't mine, and he has the worst.
Anybody can accuse me of that.
But let me just say, as the Speaker of the House, we put forth a $3 trillion bill, $3 trillion of investment in communities and the rest, and that stimulates the economy.
I just want to ask.
That's what gives you inflation, everybody. She told you the quiet part out loud when they put that $3 trillion out there. Didn't they give out checks for like $600 or something? Didn't people get $600 checks, like 3 checks for $600 or something? Right? They spent $3 trillion and they gave everybody $600 checks, but now you're paying 20% more for food. You're paying 30% more for gas. You're paying an extra, I think it's like $8,000 a year so far. So how'd that work out for those PPE loans? Most of them were stolen. Most of them were going overseas. Like I said, you got to protect yourselves at all times, baby. It's a jungle out there. It's a jungle out there. Make sure you like and sub up, baby. We're trying to do stuff out here. We're trying to do stuff. Trying to give you the news. Do you appreciate giving the news? The real news and not that fake news, because that's what we do. That's what we do. And then, of course, you got these protests going on all over the place. They were outside the White House Correspondents' Dinner talking about Genocide Joe, F. Joe Biden. So this is what I don't understand. The Democrats are going to be in trouble because anywhere they're going now, the Palestinians are protesting. They want to be free. They want to be free. They don't want to be gunned down with missiles and M16s or whatever else, AK-47s, whatever the IDF is using. They don't want to be gunned down like that. And it's not fair for them to be gunned down like that. And then they were just staging all types of crazy protests out here. They fired some lady. Listen to this. In the United States of America, a lunch lady was serving lunch to a child. She came in The child came into the lunch line, said she didn't have no money and that she was hungry. So the lunch lady gave her money, and then they fired the lunch lady. Can I find that clip? I thought this was the most craziest thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. This lady tried to help out the children, and she got fired. Let's play this before we get into these protests where they were out here going crazy in D.C., and they're in the college campuses all over the place. But I want to give a shout out to this lady. I think she has a GoFundMe or Go Send Go. Please donate if you can. I know times are tough, but just listen to this nonsense that the United States is doing now. We send money overseas, but then they're going to fire this lady for trying to give some kid some $3 lunch for free.
My heart hurts. I truly loved my job. And I can't say I wouldn't do it again.
It's been a week since Daylene Bowden lost her job at Irving Middle School. The former lunch lady can barely form words when describing what led to her dismissal.
Why did you do that? You said you love your job. Well, because they're hungry. What do? Send them out there? So they can get it taken away and thrown away? No.
Last Tuesday, Bowden was working as a server when a 12-year-old girl told her she didn't have any lunch money and was hungry.
So I handed her the food and said, here, we'll take care of it in a minute.
Bowden's supervisor saw what happened and reported her.
He said I was on permanent leave until he would call me. I should not call them. He would call me. And they never called me. I got the letter.
Signed and written by School District 25 Director of Human Resources. In that letter, Bowden was terminated for theft.
I think it's ridiculous.
Residents in Pocatello do not agree with the school district's decision.
That's absurd, and that's a ridiculous reason to fire somebody.
I understand rules, but not when a child is hungry.
Through social media, Bowden has rallied quite a number of supporters. She tells me parents of Irving Middle School students want her back. But Dean Mulder says there's a bigger problem here.
If a kid cannot pay for a meal or a parent cannot pay for a meal, and a person is punished for feeding that kid, somebody's got it wrong.
100% they got it wrong. They got it wrong 100%. Whoever that guy was snitched on them, that guy's a piece of trash, bro. He's a piece of trash. And this is the problem. They just want to make it red versus blue, green versus purple. They want us out here fighting against each other. That's the only way that they're happy. That's the only way they're happy. They just want us out here to fight against each other. But we're not going to do it no more. 2024 is about us, the United States of America. We're going to fight strong. We want to take back this country. We don't want none of this nonsense no more. We want zero of this nonsense. We want to quit paying taxes. We want to lower the income tax to zero. We want to get rid of state taxes. It's too much. It's too much. Too much taxes. Too much taxes to be sending all this money overseas, to spend all this money on just nonsense. Nonsense. We're done. We're done. It's got to be a new uprising. It's got to be a new Boston Tea Party, baby. It's got to be something new. Hopefully Trump can get us to the promised land. Trump did meet with Ron DeSantis over the weekend. Ron DeSantis now looks like he's going to put his support in. I wouldn't even mind DeSantis. I remember when it all started before the primary, it all went down. And I was like, it's going to be Trump, DeSantis, and then DeSantis for 8. But DeSantis, I don't know. He's a little loopy and shady. And then Vivek Ramaswamy came in. So I still like DeSantis. He's doing a great stuff in Florida. And I wouldn't be a bad VP. Wouldn't be a bad VP. We go DeSantis, Ramaswamy for 8, and then Ramaswamy for 8. I think we could get the country back if we did that. If Ron DeSantis is who we think he is. But I think he went to Yale, and a lot of presidents have become. A lot of presidents went to Yale, so it's very weird. So skull and bones, some people might say, but let's get into these protests. I thought this was one of the weirdest protests out there. Of course, they're out there. I saw that it's just one of the weirdest things ever. It's just one of the weirdest things. Let's play this. I thought it was funny. Even the acting's bad, but this was outside the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And they're just raising all types of hell out here. They are raising all types of hell. And I'm all for protesting. You protest. You protest. I understand what Israel did to Gaza. I understand what Hamas, the terrorist group, did to Israel. But to kill Palestinians, innocent civilian Palestinians and kids and all that, that's not right. They're breaking the Geneva Convention, and there needs to be consequences. But I don't think there'll be any consequences because Israel seems to be very powerful. They seem to be very powerful. And even Joe Biden's allowing it. They're allowing the protests. So I don't know. I don't know if this is just, just a psyop. Just one big psyop out here to try to confuse everybody. But this is funny right here. This is funny. And I'm going to play this. This is the protesters, baby. This is the protesters. They're out here protesting. They're being silly. They're being silly. We are still here. We still here, baby. We still here. Well, let's play these clowns. These guys is funny right here. This is funny. It's one of the funniest videos I've seen. And it's great acting. It's great acting. They should be up for a Oscar or something. A Grammy. No, there's no singing. Maybe the background. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it going. But let's play this right here.
I'm gonna fucking kill your husband! That's all fucking of us! You Palestinian fucking scum!
I guess she's a Israel IDF soldier and those are Palestinians. Oh, she just hit him with some baby powder.
Your entire fucking family is gonna be wiped off the fucking registry!
Oh my, she's gonna be hot in her leg here.
You don't have any fucking friends left, you fucking terrorist!
Oh my.
You like that? You like watching your fucking husband and brother die? That's why you're fucking dead, you disgusting fucking women! Boo! Boo! How fucking dare you document this?
The one person in the blue hat's like, what is this?
Yeah! I'm gonna come after your fucking family!
Oh my, she's getting reckless with that powder.
Last one!
Oh my! See that acting?
Israel is our fucking...
She wiped some blood on her face. Look at that. Oh my! That's some great acting right there. That's some great acting. I'm glad I was able to see that. Well, I'm telling you, this is what we're dealing with. The nut jobs out there. There's nut jobs out there. So you got to stay safe. You got to get out and vote. If you don't get out and vote, this is what we get. And none of this, I think, would be happening if Donald Trump was president and they didn't steal the election. But here they are outside the Correspondents' Dinner again. Here's some more stuff. The flags are flying all over the place. I don't understand why the Palestinians are doing what they do. I didn't even know there were so many of them here. This is just wild to see what's happened to America. It's just wild. Here they are just laid out all over the street. This is different protest. I guess, I get it. I understand. I don't want the genocide either. I get it. Yeah, that was why a lot of them were going in. I saw like Caitlyn Jenner was walking in. They had some other celebrities walking in. Here's some more chants. I don't know if any of this can get played. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? This is just wild out here. This is wild, but let's play this. And that's the people. That's like White House Correspondents' Dinner. That's the gate to get in. FJB. They are chanting FJB. That stands for Joe Biden's the best president of all time. But that's all we got, baby. That's all we got. Thanks for tuning in, baby. Thanks for tuning in. God loves you. Stay blessed. It's great to be an American. I promise you it's great to be an American. Stay strong. Stay safe, everybody out there. We're going to be back tomorrow with more news, more real news, not that fake news. It's peace and love, baby. Peace and love. God bless you all, and I'll see you all mañana, baby. Remember, it's a jungle out there. Protect yourselves at all times.